Please. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Happy Friday. My name is Mike Condon. I am the Vice President of Franchise Development here at HomeWell. Excited to be joined today by Jack and Kathy, who are two of our franchise development directors, and Samantha, who is our franchise development coordinator here at HomeWell, and really excited today to walk through really this what we call this opening services process. On our side, a lot of the questions that we get from candidates as they're going through the process and they're learning about HomeWell is the information is great, but what happens when we decide to do this? And really today, the goal of the webinar is to give you a little bit of a glimpse behind the scene of when you make that decision to become a HomeWell owner with us is what happens then? What does it look like from when you sign to when you get your agency doors open and really get your business off the ground, as that part is probably the most exciting part of the process as you become a franchise owner with us. So really that's the goal today. Again, we'll go through a lot of high-level things. If you have questions, please save them till the end, and I'll be happy to try to answer those the best that I can. And as always, afterwards, if you do have a question and you want to know some more details on certain things that we talk about today, please feel free to follow up with your franchise development director, myself, or Samantha, and we'd be happy to get you those answers. So there we go. As we talk about kind of the steps to when you sign your agreement. Everybody knows the hardest part in franchising, and really the hardest part of making the decision to buy a franchise is signing the paperwork. We see it all the time on our side that, it is scary, and it should be scary. You're making a commitment to start a business. That's something that you shouldn't take lightly. And I know here at HomeWell, we don't take that lightly either. But our job is once we get you there and once you're there mentally to say, this is the right opportunity for me, how are we going to help you to get your agency open and to get you successful? And that's really starts with the signing process. Once you complete the signing documents, we have a welcome call. And on that welcome call, you get introduced to our team of people behind the scenes. As you go through the education journey with HomeWell, you're really exposed to the front end of the process, which is myself, Jack, Kathy, our kind of frontline people that are teaching you about the opportunity and the industry. But behind us is a whole team of people that are going to help you execute the business model. And that's where the real fun begins. When you sign your agreement with us, that next step is to have an opening services call with our team. And who does that include? Well, it really starts with the people, right? So Laura, who is our opening services manager, she is the one that's going to guide you through the process of opening, right? She's going to be your main touch point that's going to allow you to really get off the ground running. It's going to start you with your training. It's going to help you set up your business entity if you need that. Really help you set the foundation of growth to get your agency going. And one of the most important parts is the licensing. To get, does your state require a license? How does that work? Again, a very common question we get here in the development phase of, okay, I think I know what I'm doing, but how do I know? Well, that's where Laura and her team come in, are going to help with you understanding that process. Not only is there a people component of it, it's going to be a resource component of it. So from a resource side, on that first opening call is going to be Christina, who is our director of vendor relations. Her role is really to make sure that as a franchise owner, you have access to all the different vendors that are going to help your business be successful. This is a newly created role within HomeWell. I can tell you, Christina was a part of our franchise development team as of about a year ago. She has transitioned to this director of vendor relations. And really what her job is to get you the resources to run your business efficiently, to be able to negotiate with our vendors to get you the best pricing possible, and really drive those vendor relations so you as a franchise owner don't have to worry about where am I going to get insurance from? Or what platform are we using for this service? Or how do I recruit people? And what services do I need from an online presence? She has done all of the legwork for you. And now it's completely up to you to choose which of those services you really want to use in order to execute the business model. She has been a tremendous resource for us on the development side, but more importantly for you on the franchise owner side to really bridge that gap and to provide resources for you in that way. And then the last part of the process when you sign on with us and on that opening services call is the FBC, or your franchise business coach. I can tell you that I think one of the most impactful things that HomeWell has done over the last few years is implemented this franchise business coach. What their role is really going to be your right hand in running your business. They're going to be almost your accountability partner to make sure that, hey, are you looking at the right measurables in your business in order to be successful? They're going to be there for your shoulder to cry on when you're having a bad day. Let's be honest. Every day in business is not all roses and rainbows, right? You're going to have some challenges. Their role is really to help guide you through those and really help you scale your business to its fullest potential. That I can tell you, and I think any one of our owners will tell you that the role of the business coach, whether they talk to them once a week or once a month, is a critical part of their business, and they really value that relationship that they bring to the table. It is a fantastic part of our business and something that our owners have really latched onto over the last couple of years since we've implemented those. So it starts there. It starts with that opening services, opening welcome call for you to get a chance to meet all the people behind the scenes that are going to help you execute this business on your behalf. So after the opening services call, you're going to go with Laura into what we call the learning lab. And this is something we are literally just launching in April. Some of our newer franchise owners that are coming into the system now are starting to get access to this. But really, this is what we call the roadmap to get you open. The learning lab, this new learning management system that we're implementing and rolling out as we speak, is going to be your one-stop shop to get you open. What has impressed, I think, me the most with this tool for our new owners that are coming in, it's going to give you a very systematic way to get your business open, right? It's going to walk you through every stage of the business. So when you get to this point down here where it says milestone open, you are educated, you are ready to hit the ground running, and you are ready to be in a position of success when you launch your business. The whole Learning Lab module is designed for you to take pieces of the business model and build upon each other. So what do I mean by that? In the beginning, the content is really talks about franchising. It talks about the home care space. It talks about the industry to really build that base and foundation of knowledge for you to continue on your learning path. You learn a lot as you go through the due diligence phase with us on the development side, but I can only tell you it's the surface stuff that you're going to learn even more in depth as you begin to take the learning lab and the modules and everything that you have to do in order to get your agency open. Again, the point of this is to show you that we have a roadmap for you to get to the open. And once you're open, it doesn't stop there, right? We have continuous sales and marketing content, these live workshops for both sales, for both marketing, and really to get you what we're going to call Launch Well certified, that you have done everything that you need to do to really hit the ground running and be successful in this industry. And this is just one of the tools we're going to help you to get there through this roadmap to get you open. Again, another big question we get is state licensing requirements. 30 out of the 50 states here in the US require you to have a personal care license or a home health care license in their state. Now, what does that mean? Well, it can mean a lot of things depending on the state. Some states are a little bit more rigid with what they require for you to get your home health care business off the ground. And some states like Michigan, where I live, are not as regulated. So it's a little bit, I won't say easier, but it's not as strenuous of a process. So we looked at it and said, how best can we provide value to the owners, maybe in a state of Florida or a state of Virginia that require a little bit more work to get your agency doors open. So what we have done is we have partnered with a group called Polsinelli. And Polsinelli is basically a law firm that specializes in home healthcare licenses. They are the #1 resource in the industry for helping franchise owners or independent agency owners obtain their franchise license. So what we have done is we have partnered with them to provide services to help you get your license and get it in an efficient and cost-effective manner. The last thing that we want to do for you as you're going through the licensing process is to have to resubmit your license several times. And I know talking with independent agency owners in this space, some of them have had to submit their license request 3, 4, 5 times. Well, that not only slows you down from opening your agency, it is a very costly mistake that we want you to avoid as much as possible. So not only are we going to pair our knowledge with every state requirement that we have a resource in Polsinelli that's going to help guide that. And they're willing to do everything for you. They offer a white glove service all the way through to help you really hit the ground running, again, from a licensure standpoint, and to get your business in the best possible position to be successful and be within guidelines, because every state and every county has a different guideline, and Polsinelli is going to allow you to be within compliance with that to make it very simple. The last thing I want to talk about today is what we're going to call the gateway. So again, how do we keep things organized? How do we make sure that you're on task? More importantly, how do you make sure you're on task? And it's going to be through what we call this gateway. It's going to have opening services checklists. It's going to have vendor lists. It's going to have all your templates, your marketing gallery. It's really the one-stop shop for you as an owner to have access to everything that HomeWell offers you to be successful. Again, this is one thing that we're constantly evolving and we're constantly looking at. Part of the new learning management system is going to take the place of this and allow our owners to have all of these tools in one spot. So what you see today is a part of it. What we're going to be doing moving forward is another part of it. Again, our job from an opening services side is to really give you the most tools possible to execute the business. We all know that when you start, whether it be a new job or a new business, you're drinking through a fire hose. It's a lot of work with a lot of information coming at you. Our role as you go through the opening services process is to give you every tool to learn and to give you every resource so that when you go to open your doors to your agency, that you are in the best position to be successful. That is really what this whole opening services process is all about. It is a constant evolution of what we're doing. We don't sit here and say we know everything about how to do it perfectly, but what I can tell you is that the opening services team, from Laura to Michelle Cohn, who is our training VP, all of the team members involved in that, their goal is to set you up for success. So when you open, you are ready to go and can provide that trusted care and true compassion into your community the best way that you can. Again, a really high level today of really what the opening services process looks like. I'm sure you're going to have questions. Please feel free to follow up with your development directors, myself, Samantha. We'd be happy to answer any questions for you along with that. And again, we appreciate your time today. We're going to go ahead and stop sharing.